Okay, this is a training video on how to price and quote a loan in Mortgage Edge. You're going to go to this web address, type in my login, it's jackson.thomas@summitfunding.net. Password is 1OAK, uppercase OAK1. You can also get that from Amy. Okay, so once you're in, I'm going to show you, okay, so this particular bar, okay. Once this logs in, we're going to hit new client. And type in the person's name here. All right. Most of the time, we're going to just leave everything like this. Every once in a while, we'll do a rent versus own analysis. I'll send a separate video on that. So this is what's called a total cost analysis, a TCA, total cost analysis. That's when we're going to leave this as own and move to the next one. We're going to pick purchase a new home. We're going to leave all of this blank. We're going to get to product number one. Okay. Go to Encompass. This person applied for a $150,000 purchase price with 20% down. Now this is an investment property, so this is a little bit unique in that regard. So typically pricing is going to be way better when we do 25% down. Okay. Now what I just did there is I went up to here and I said search for product and pricing. Okay. So this is how we price loans through Optimal Blue. You hit submit. Should automatically populate the password. If it doesn't, then I need you to get that password and enter in and save that. Okay. Okay, so this auto-populates a loan on 120, 150 is purchase price and appraised value. Those should always be filled in. The ones that are marked in red need to be filled in. So making sure those are all in. This is a purchase. That's another important one to look at. Every once in a while we'll do a home ready, so that's something to pay attention to. Employment contracts, if they're starting before foreclosing before they start their job. Transferred appraisal we do every once in a while. Waiving tax transcripts we do every once in a while. But we've got the FICO score should automatically populate when you pulled credit. This is listing as an investment property, and this is listed as single family. Another thing to keep in mind is if it's a condo, that's going to affect the pricing. If it's one unit, so if we're doing a duplex or something like that, that would change the pricing as well. All right. Then scroll down here, we're going with a conforming loan. We're not going with FHA. We're not going with jumbo. We're going with 30-year fixed. And those are the options we're running. What you can do is have a desired rate filled in, or you can leave that blank and it'll just price at a par rate. Now, on investment properties, it usually is not going to give a par rate, which means getting to 100. Because there is a hit to the rate because it's you're putting less than 25% down. Okay, so on this particular one, what we're going to do is we're just going to quote two options. We'll quote this option and this option, putting both of those in there. Now, just for training purposes, let's change this to a primary residence. Okay. Let's do sales price 150, 20% down, and say 30-year fixed A. So option number one, right? So on this it was 5.75 was the rate, 360 because it's a 30-year term. Closing cost detail, you're going to click that. You're going to scroll down here to Summit purchase fee template 102918. That's going to then fill it all in for you, okay? We're going to put in prepaid. We're going to put 1 day there, and then this is where we put in the points based upon what we saw there. Which, all right. If this was a primary residence, the market's not open yet, but okay. So you see we have a par rate 4.875. Okay. We are going to quote at 1 to 1.5, whatever the two options are that are between 1 and 1.5. Okay, so we're going to quote 4.375, and then we would enter that amount of points in there. So that would be 0.94 if we were doing that. Okay, now that you would enter that in, you're going to list this at 125. You're going to put this at 225, 2.25 if it's a primary residence. Okay, since this is an investment property, we put 2.82. Okay. We're always going to put 3 for insurance, 3 for taxes. We're going to click the button that says collect 12 months. All right. So we're going to go back here. We're going to change this back to an investment property. I think it was 5.75 with 1.9 points. Okay, so 1.9 and 5.75, right? Okay, then we go, actually, I'm going to label this 20% down. Going to hit add another product. We're going to hit copy from the first one. We're going to do 30-year fix, 20% down, B 5.5. And at 5.5, it's 2.2. Okay. We got that plugged in. Then let's do 25% down just to show them what it looks like. Okay. This way. Okay. 12,500. Okay, so we got 1 and 1.5, right? So 1 would be 5.25. With 1 point, 25% down. Okay. Oops, need to change this to 5% down. Okay. And then down B, which is 4 point. Okay, 1.49 and 4.99. Okay. Now scroll over. We don't have an address to put in yet, so we leave that blank. If we were quoting an actual address, we would type that in. This is where it shows you all the options. So we're going to show all options at this point. You can choose to not show all options if we want. These we're going to leave the same. Okay, and then we put in the quote date, which is today. All right, so now it's set up and ready to go. What I do as well, I'm going to share with y'all a template email that I'm going to want y'all to use if we're ever quoting someone or updating quotes. I have loan proposals. Okay. So this is, I would put in the guy's name, which is Nav, right? And Nav, today is Monday. Call today. You can view the quotes on the attached link. And then we enter in the person that heard it, which is Laura. And okay, we're going to then copy this link, right? So we hit generate link. It generates the link. We then put it in there. Hit save as PDF. Hit save. Loan proposals now, right? So now you can attach that, and boom, we got an email ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that and just save that for later. But that is how I want you to quote. So I will go ahead and stop the video, and thanks.